So one thing I want to address is who benefits in the fractional employment model, because there's sort of a perception that one side benefits and then somebody's got to be, getting screwed, right? Well, in point of fact, there's, if we presume that this is someone who's working fractionally who also has a full-time job. Because in the other cases, if they have multiple fractional contracts or just multiple contracts, or they, have their own startup, then, they have agency, they're making those decisions. But let's say that there's, a full-time employer. Believe it or not, there's actually a benefit to the full-time employer. What we find is that a lot of fractional talent that we work with, when they're working on additional contracts or outside work, they're actually gaining knowledge. As you progress in any career, or as you execute on any project, you're always learning a little something as you do that, and they're bringing that knowledge back to their full-time employment. And so quite often, there's a symbiotic relationship, and we always ensure that, these are in different verticals, so there's no competitive overlap. And so that symbiotic relationship means that technical knowledge or, there's specific knowledge gains which occur, and those accrete back to the full-time employer. Whether they realize it or not, they're actually getting that benefit. Similarly, the fractional employer is benefiting from the knowledge that the employee has gained and gains through their full-time employment. And of course, they're getting the new benefit of access to an employee and to talent that they wouldn't have otherwise had access to. So there's obvious benefits for the fractional employer. And then finally, for the employee, well, they were the ones interested in taking on additional work in the first place and gain the benefit of that additional employment. But, there are benefits for all three groups in that model. And so I don't see how that's not a win-win-win all the way around.